Hey everyone, it's been a full year doing cap treatment. Yay! I'm gonna break this update into 5 parts: skin, frequency of treatment, finances, work, and life. I wanted to go in depth on how I've been for the past year, how my skin has been, how life has been going, and how I've been managing. First off, my skin. As you can see, I still am kind of careful with my skin. If I notice irritation, especially on my fingers, I would wrap it up to avoid irritants. I've noticed this working very well for me, especially when I go back to Singapore and there are a ton of irritants that I can't control. Even being out in Bangkok, sometimes I have a tendency of touching things without realizing. For example, taking the motorcycle. Sometimes if you're a bit unstable, you would hold the bike, and actually the entire bike is pretty dirty. If you get off a bike, you can try wiping your neck down with saline and gauze. You'll see that it goes a little brown or black. That's mostly because you're exposed and you're literally picking up all the irritants as you drive through traffic. There's exhaust, there is dirt in the air, there's many things in the air. So wrapping my hands is basically a part of my life now. I would say my skin, if I remember correctly, I'm at a total of 56 treatments. Healing rate is noticeably quicker. Even at the 9-month mark, I still felt like my skin was pretty unstable. I would say I'm rather careful with my skin. I would only go out a maximum of 3 days a week. If I flare, I don't go out at all. The main problem areas right now would be my face, my forehead especially. My neck is also one of the big areas that itches a lot. My chin as well. These are like the main areas that would flake if I am exposed to an irritant or I'm flaring. A really weird part is my earlobes. It would crack right at the crease. It's not as large of a crack as before. It will basically tear if there is a flare. My hands, I would say much better than before. It's kind of weird because there are some areas like here that wasn't healing for a long time. It took, I would say, even a good 6 months because I didn't see the skin on the upper bit of the nail, and now it's been back. What I've been doing is I've been putting antibiotics on it and wrapping it a lot. And then one day it just started healing, because before it would have this hydrosis and then it would tear and it never really formed skin. So now I don't know if it traveled, but now it's on this finger, which is why it's wrapped up. The other problem area is my scalp. Yes, I have grown all my hair back. Well, most of it. I still dropped quite a bit of hair, but I'm not complaining. I'm happy that I have all this hair again. I'm happy that I can grow it out. It is a bit uncomfortable because it gets hot and itchy, and it's a bit more troublesome for the therapist to do the treatment on my scalp now since the hair is so long. But hey, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm even able to grow my hair back. It's definitely a little bit tougher to wash it now because there is a method to washing it, especially with the CJ cleanser that isn't the soapiest. One of the areas that I don't think is talked about that much is my eyes. It seems to be the one area that would tell me if there's an irritant around quicker than my skin, and also takes even longer to heal than my skin, since my skin receives cap and my eyes don't. To my understanding, having been to the eye doctor a few times, one contributing factor to why my eye has so much problems is because the skin around the eye is dry, meaning when my eyelids close, it doesn't form a seal, and then my eyes are naturally dry. I do use this natural lubricant called Vislube. It's been helping quite a bit, but it's pretty expensive. One box is about 400 to 500 baht. The most I've paid for it is 530 something baht. The cheapest I found is online. Regarding my eyes, the flare would kind of go like this. I would be exposed to an irritant. By nighttime, my eyes get very irritated. There will be a lot of conjunctivitis in my eye, and the eye won't be able to push out the conjunctivitis, which is where all the discomfort comes from. Because of that, it causes my eye to either swell or get infected. The rubbing of the eyelid and the eye poop, just the irritation, causes inflammation, and then when the inflammation can't go down, you get an infection. I do have an update about going back to Singapore. It is that I found out I am allergic to dogs. It did show up on my allergy test that I did when I first arrived, but...
Okay, pause. I wanted to add that this was a blood allergy test, meaning that it's not 100% accurate. Here's a little interesting story time. I have a Kappa friend who also did the allergy test, came back with the results of shrimp being a class 6 allergy. For some reason, this person decided to eat shrimp despite the results, and somehow no reaction to it whatsoever. Till today, they're still eating shrimp very happily. Okay, back to the video.
Here's the interesting part. The dog is hypoallergenic. It is a poodle mixed, but this little poodle does not shed. I don't even touch her anymore. Living in the same place as her irritated my skin a lot. I discussed this with the clinic, and after we decided that I should try staying somewhere else in Singapore, the next time I was back, I noticed a lot of improvement. My cheek did not flake so much. It wasn't red the first night I arrived, and my eyes only started showing irritation on about day 4. I don't think there's a way for me to 100% avoid irritants because it is Singapore and there is constantly construction. Staying in a different house from little poodle helped a lot. Frequency of treatment. I'm glad to share that I've been able to cut down my frequency of treatment from 7-day intervals to 10-day intervals. Now that my skin is more stable, I feel like it's the right time. Doing this 10-day interval, I feel like my skin is okay. In the past, when I would skip one treatment, I feel like either my skin is already flaring or it's just not doing as well as I would hope, and I would always just end up staying home. Even now, it's not that I go out more now, but I'm just able to live life more normally and don't have to be as careful as before. Because I still have tinea incognito, which is the fungal on my skin that you can't see, my treatment time is still rather long. And if you're wondering how long my treatment is, it's roughly 2 hours 30 minutes. That is because I do my full body. I do have the choice of going to do sea and sun or taking antifungals, but having done antifungals 3 times before CAP, I'm not too keen on doing it. And as for sea and sun, it just doesn't seem very feasible. Number one, it's quite exhausting. I did the trip once. Personally, I don't see myself doing it often enough to see it work. Every time I've done sea and sun or tried to do sea and sun, I just noticed that my skin needs a slightly longer time to kind of recover. But we'll see in the future how I'll go about this. But as of now, the treatments are still 2 hours 45 minutes ish because we need to kill the fungal. Finances. Because I asked for donations, I only feel like it's right for me to give you the entire breakdown of the whole year so you can get a rough estimate on how much I spent throughout this 1 year here. The donations have brought me here and given me 6 months of time to get me back on my feet. 1 year of CAP costs around 16k Singapore dollars. 100% of the donations went to the first 4 months. Rent and utilities cost about
15,000 Thai baht on average, which equates to roughly 7,000 Singapore dollars.
Transport back and forth the clinic was 4,800 baht, and that is only counting my bike ride there and back. When I first came here, I was taking the car, which costed a little more than 100 baht per trip, but we're just gonna average out if I only took a bike from the start. Once again, thank you to everyone who donated. I can't thank you enough. I will now speak about work. Realistically, there's no way for me to go back to the kitchen. There's way too many irritants there. One, you have sanitizer that you actually can't not use. Number two, if I'm working in a full service kitchen or a restaurant, they would be using degreaser at least once a week. Knowing how strong a degreaser is, it would probably knock me out for at least 1 week. With that being said, I've been trying to get back into the industry without actually touching food. For now, I've been doing mostly food content, documenting what I eat, what I make, and what's out here in Thailand. I think it's very interesting, the food scene out here, the different palette, and honestly, the way they market things here is very interesting to watch. Their branding here is really strong. You'll be surprised by their food sometimes. If you want to explore more food with me, go check out the other channel and give me a nice follow. And last part I'm going to talk about is life in general. My quality of life after doing CAP has improved tremendously. I think the most common question anyone has about CAP is if it's worth it or not. For me, this is gonna be my personal answer. It is worth it if you're able to change your whole life for it. Not using laundry detergent, steam cleaning floors, and cutting out perfume is not something you can ask anyone to do. CAP doesn't solve your eczema either. It always seems like a common phrase where I hear that people talk about how CAP doesn't cure the root cause. Realistically, there's no cure for eczema, like how there's no cure for asthma. They are the same gene. If there's no cure for it, I don't really understand why people are expecting this miracle machine to be the reason. I understand that it's expensive, but if we don't share more knowledge on this, we don't talk more about TSW and CAP, there will never be a world where this cost would reduce. I could go even deeper into this, but I will stop right now. It's important to note that doing CAP, you need to know yourself. If you're not able to stop scratching, if you're not able to have the mental strength to see the light at the end of the tunnel, your time here will be very tough. As someone who grew up with eczema, I know it's really tough to not scratch, let alone pick your scabs, your wounds. It's almost second nature to us. I came here with the goal to make the most out of each treatment, and that really gave me the strength to stop scratching. My conclusion is that CAP is worth it if you're able to change your life for it. Scratching is something you need to overcome yourself. It's not going to be easy. You're still going to end up scratching, I'll be for real. But knowing that there is light at the end of the tunnel, I hope that it will give you enough strength to hold yourself back. With that said, I am happy to say that I'm at a point where I feel stable, I understand my skin a lot better. If you have any questions about Thailand, about moving here, what else you want to know, you can let me know in the comments. If you just want a distraction, you can go follow my food account. I'm extremely grateful to still be in Thailand and still receive treatment. Shout out to the best partner in the world who sees the benefit of me getting treatment and seeing me happy. To those that are in Thailand, congrats, you are here, you are healing. And to those that went back home, I really hope that you're doing fine and find all the irritants that bother you. To everyone else, keep the flakes on, try not to scratch, and happy healing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.